I've always wanted to apply for a personal loan at Record Loans, and I wanted to really understand how the process went. And so this time I did, and I realized that it was actually a lot easier than I thought. The cool thing is that with Record Loans, if you are trying to get a personal loan, you need to actually have all your paperwork ready because they're really fast. It's one of those lenders in the industry that's very fast, and they will take care of you, not a problem at all. So the thing is that if you are trying to get a record loan, personal loan, make sure you have your full name, your current address, your income information, your social security number, and your date of birth. So that's basically what you need if you want to pre-qualify for a loan, which I think you should be doing anyway. Because what I did was I said to myself, I'm not going to risk my credit score. So I'm just going to see exactly what the Record Loans likes, and so I'm just going to give them exactly what they want, so I can just be approved right off the bat. But I first wanted to actually be pre-qualified first, so at least it was like an ego trip. I wanted to know how much Record Loans think I'm worth. How much they think I'm worth in terms of loans. So I actually did everything just to actually pre-qualify. So the thing here is that when you actually enter all your social and your income information, Record Loans will give you about 5 to 7 personal loan offers, and you have to choose which one you really like. And all those loan offers will differ based on the interest rate, based on the amount they want to give you, and based also on the repayment window. So they have a APR, they have the loan amount, and they have the repayment window. So in my case, I actually they gave me 7 offers and I chose one. So actually I chose, I think, $25,000 repaid over 5 years at an APR of 13.99%. I thought it was a decent deal based on my FICO score. And so once you do that, once you actually pre-qualify, you actually have to apply, and you have to wait like 24 to 48 hours. They'll review your information, and just make sure that you actually include your bank information, because they need to have an outlet to wire the funds to, right? So you got to have that. So if you have no bank account, you can't qualify for a Record Loans personal loan. And so once you everything, in my case, it took about 72 hours, and I got approved, and not a problem at all. So this was really, really good. One thing I love about the whole thing is that when you think about Record Loans, a lot of folks think it's very complicated to qualify for a Record Loans personal loan, but no, it's not. And you just have to follow. It's basically a lender that's primarily available online. So you don't have a branch you can go to, like a Record Loans branch where you can just go and sit there. No. Just go online and fill out a form. They ask you stuff about what the loan is for, and they'll ask you whether you rent or whether you own. They'll ask you about your employment status. Okay. They'll also ask you about how much you want to borrow. Like in my case, I wanted to borrow like they asked about my income. I said that I'm making right now $50,000 a year, and I give my address, and so they ask me about my name, all that kind of stuff. They get my number, my email, my social. Okay. But again, those things are important because Record Loans is just trying to see whether or not you qualify for the loan. So it's actually part of the pre-qual process. So if they ask you for so just give the correct information. In my case, I actually used my social, but for the purposes of this show, we actually you can see on the screen here that we actually put like a wrong data, like fictitious data. That's why when I clicked on the see my options, everything that came out was totally wrong, because Record Loans algorithm couldn't really identify the social that I gave, didn't identify the address that I gave. But when I did the application for real, like the private application, I put my real numbers, I put my real social, I put everything. So, but again, on the screen right now, you probably are seeing the results of this was just more for illustrative purposes, so you have a clear idea about what you have to go through. But one thing I realized is that when I was analyzing Record Loans pre-qualification process, they pay a lot of attention to income. And what they do is they pay a lot of attention to income versus how much you're paying for rent or mortgage. And nobody talks about this, but we've seen that there is a ratio. If you have a 20% ratio, you are good to go. Okay, you are good to go. So it's a good sign. And I was actually talking to my cousin Jennifer the other day, and I was just asking her. We were talking about record loans, and it was kind of crazy. And I was asking her, because she had applied for record loans 2 years ago before COVID started, and she got the loans right off the bat. And I was kind of surprised because at that time, her credit was messy. She actually came out of divorce. She was actually in divorce proceedings with her ex-husband, and they have 2 kids. And I think she was around 600 or 605 at that point, but they still approved her. Now, mind you, they did not give her they didn't give her 25 grand as I had, but they actually gave her, I think it was 13,000. Okay, so I started digging more into the requirements for a personal loan at Rocket Loans. What does it take to actually qualify for a personal loan at Rocket Loans? And I done research, and I found that 5 things are important. 5 things are important for qualifying for a Rocket Loans personal loan. So your credit score, they kind of look at your credit score. So if you have a 600, you can qualify. But in some cases, 595, 590 could also qualify you. The Rocket Loans will pay attention to your payment history. So just make sure you have a clean payment history. No history of playing around with lenders. People are calling your ass and you just ghosting them. You're not answering phone calls. They have to transfer your debts to a collections agency. That will just cripple you. That will cripple your chances of qualifying for anything with the Rocket Loans or any other big lender for that matter. Okay, and so Rocket Loans is also looking at your annual income. And annual income, not just because of the loan amount, not just because of the income amount, but also the income in relation to the loan you want to get, right? So let's say if you're making 50 grand and you're applying for a 50 grand loan, that's kind of crazy, right? The chasm there is really too big. So Rocket Loans is not going to approve you for that. So Rocket Loans will pay attention to your DTI, your debt to income ratio, as well as the kind of collateral you want to have. If by any chance you wanted to collateralize the loan, but I can just assure you that Rocket Loans does not need that because they are offering unsecured loans and they're willing for they're looking for creditworthy borrowers. And one thing I realized is that some of the procedures, some of the process that I have applied all those years when getting loans with other lenders does not really apply with Rocket Loans. It was a shock for me, because usually when I apply for a loan, I plan everything in advance. Like I sit down, I plan everything in my head before actually contacting a lender. So for Rocket Loans, like for example, I'll give you an example. For Rocket Loans, the loan, I always thought income played an important role. But for Rocket Loans, it does play a role, but not as big as it would be like a Chase or a Bank of America. That was a shocker for me. That's the first thing. The second thing I realized was that I usually try to maintain DTI and CUR ratio below 30%, but Rocket Loans, they want your DTI ratio and CUR ratio to be even lower. Like they want you to be like around 20% or 15%. That's where the juice is really at. If you are trying to get a Rocket Loans personal loan, make sure that your DTI ratio and the CUR ratio are as low as possible. Like I'm talking abysmally low. Abysmally being some kind of a positive word in this case, even though the word is just inherently negative. But yeah, you want it to be really low. And the thing is that Rocket Loans want you to have at least like $45,000 a year. So $45,000 gross, and that can be a joint for a joint application. Like if you don't make that much yourself, you can actually try to combine that with your spouse. You can co-apply. So Rocket Loans is okay with that. And so Rocket Loans wants to make sure that you are getting a soft pull. That's why I would say that before you apply for Rocket Loans, you want to shop around for the best rates so that you can choose your lender. Maybe Record Loans is not your lender because their eligibility criteria are so strict. So if you don't qualify for a Record Loan, a personal loan, you can actually qualify for another. Like you can actually, you have Upstart, you have Upgrade, you have Happy Money. You have a lot of players in the market. You have Egg Money, you have Egg Loans rather. You have Egg Loans. So you have a lot of players, right? So you can choose your lender. If you think that Record Loans is trying to play games with you, like if they're too complicated, they're asking you for crazy stuff, then you always have to have options. You want to keep options open, right? All options are on the table. Now, one thing you want to do with Record Loans is that as soon as you have all the info, you want to apply right away. Right away, don't wait, because they pay attention a lot to FICO score changes. So if today you check your FICO score, right, and you think, oh, it looks pretty good today, right? You checked it at all 3 credit bureaus. You want to apply for a Record Loan, personal loan today. Don't wait for tomorrow or 2 days from now, because the numbers you saw today on Experian, on TransUnion and Equifax may not be the same number 2 or 3 days from now. Those things, they change a lot. So be very, very clear. As soon as you get the numbers, you want to apply right away, because then Record Loans will actually enter your application in their system, and they'll start processing everything. That way you are saving time too. So once you do everything like that, you should be fine. But now just make sure that you get your bank account information ready. You might have to provide personal ID, or driver's license. You might have to provide pay stubs with the Record Loans. What they asked me for the last 4 pay stubs. So pay stubs for the last 2 months, because I get paid on the 15th of every month. So I had to provide pay stubs for the last 2 months. That's 4 pay stubs. And and they also asked me for bank statements, and they also asked me for tax forms. So my 1040 as well as my 1099, because I actually have a combo of those two. I have my 1040, and they wanted to have my pay stubs, but they wanted to see my 1099. So they wanted to see a lot of things. But once I actually supplied all that information, they left me alone. Like in terms of approval, it took them usually takes Record Loans to process your information and approve you within 48 to 72 hours. In my case, it took about 36 hours, a day and a half. Like I applied Monday around 8 a.m. Eastern. And so I was going to Florida for some business meeting, whatever. And the next day, it was in the afternoon, around, I can't really recall. I think it was around 8 p.m., 7 p.m. at night, not at the afternoon, the early evening. So I got approved. So it was 36 hours in my head. So once you get everything, just start making your monthly payments on your Record Loans, personal loan, and you should be fine. And one thing for me that's really important is that if I'm applying for a Record Loans, personal loan, I always have to have a backup plan, because Record Loans is kind of decent. They'll give you your loan. They will approve you up to 50 grand. They'll depending on your geography, because based on the states you're applying from, sometimes they reduce the minimum. And what they do is that, so I didn't like that sort of uncertainty. I was like, listen, I'm going to apply for a Record Loans, personal loan, but I'm going to actually diversify my chances, because my grandfather, bless his soul, used to tell me, listen, don't put all your eggs in the same basket. I mean, this is something you've heard multiple times before, but that's true. Do not put all your eggs in the same proverbial basket. So I said to myself, I need to diversify my sources of funding, like for my business, for my personal life, because I mean, I have a crazy life in terms of the personal finance choices that I make. They are very good, by the way, but I cannot talk on air because I don't want to confuse the viewers. But usually I actually will borrow and repay it, and repay real fast. That way I can just recycle the loans to increase my FICO score. And I've been doing this for many years. So if you don't get a personal loan at Record Loans, try traditional banks. Yeah. try credit unions. Yeah, try other online lenders because again, the choices, your choice is really unlimited. The sky is the limit, literally. There are thousands of lenders in this United States of America, and basically you will find your lender. It's just a matter of trials and errors, something that a lot of folks don't want to do. And I was like, listen, I'm going to do everything to get approved for my record loans because I really wanted to have a record loans, personal loan for the prestige. Because see, you have some lenders that have some prestige, some panache on your credit, on your FICO score. It's true. It's true. And even though Experian does not want to say it, the thing is, if you have a Chase, a credit product from Chase versus a credit product from Joe Blow or Jane Doe, it does have some kind of importance. The thing I wanted to do before actually like I got the loan though. I got the record loans loan and I was like, okay. But they did ask me a question that I was that nearly tripped me. Like it really like I nearly got declined for this loan because they asked a question that I couldn't answer satisfactorily. Like I couldn't really give a satisfactory answer to that question. So they asked me like, what are you going to use the loan for? Now usually I just say, I just need extra cash. And this was the wrong answer. Like, and they gave me a second chance. Thank God they gave me a second chance. Like, because usually when they ask me, when I apply for a loan, I just put I need extra cash. So for record loans, if you are going to apply for a personal loan, do not say extra cash. You can say, for instance, I want to finance a small business. I want to make a major purchase. I want to fund home improvement projects. I want to pay for medical expenses. I want to plan for a family, maybe having the addition of a great soul into the family. I want to consolidate credit card debt. So the thing is that record loans always pays attention to what's really the motive, what was the driver for that loan? Because, if they have to give you a loan and you have to go the next day to Punta Cana to just chill, or you go to Vegas to chill, then they might be thinking twice before giving you that loan, especially if you have to apply for an emergency personal loan. So it's just the one thing I wanted to add at the end to say, hey, listen, be very careful about what you actually put on your record loans, personal loan application. If they ask you the use of loan proceeds, of course you don't want to lie, right? You never want to lie on a loan or credit card application. That's federal offense, and you don't want to do that. But you just want to make sure that everybody is aware, like people at the lending institution are aware that you are a man or you are a woman, that you are responsible, that if you are getting a personal loan, you are using it for something decent, right? But you just need to confirm that, because record loans, they must have their reasons why they're asking those sort of crazy ass questions in the first place. At least that's my theory. If they're asking the questions, that's because in the past they must have dealt with crazy ass issues about revolving around the use of loan proceeds. But bottom line here is that if you want to get approved for a record loans personal loan, just make sure you take care of your social, you take care of your income. You gotta take care of your DTI and CUR, and most importantly, you want to make sure that you do not actually get hard pulls as you're applying for the record loans personal loan.